So Sony just showed off the gameplay reveal for James Bond First Light. It's the first huge Bond game in years. But here's the thing, before you get too excited, there are some major concerns that could completely ruin it. And trust me, you need to hear this. Don't get me wrong, the game looks awesome. Cinematic graphics, insane gunplay, stealth missions. It finally feels like Bond is back where he belongs, in gaming. But when you look closer, the cracks start showing. And if the devs don't fix these issues, this could go from one of the most hyped games of the year to one of the most disappointing. Alright, let's start with the biggest talking point. James Bond First Light is clearly borrowing mechanics from the Hitman series. On paper, that sounds incredible. Stealth takedowns, disguises, gadgets, sneaky assassinations. But here's the catch. Early impressions say it's a little clunky. Bond doesn't feel as smooth or creative as Agent 47. Instead of dozens of clever ways to complete a mission, you're locked into more linear scripted paths. And that's not what fans want. Now think about Hitman. You can literally beat a mission by poisoning a drink, dropping a chandelier, or disguising yourself as a flamingo mascot. It's unpredictable, it's hilarious, it's replayable. But in First Light, reports suggest it's a bit limited. You don't get that same freedom. You get more of a go here, do this, cutscene plays kind of vibe. And if Bond ends up feeling like Diet Hitman, oh boy, fans are going to roast this game harder than Quantum of Solace. Next up, driving. James Bond without cars is like Mario without mushrooms. The Aston Martin is iconic. High-speed chases are a must. But here's the problem. Fairly testing is saying the driving feels clunky. And if you look at the footage, it looks like it's car mechanics from the early 2000s. Anyone remember Watch Dogs driving mechanics?
Seriously?
Yeah. The cars handle like tanks, turning feels stiff, and the chase sequences don't have that smooth adrenaline rush. Listen, I don't want Bond driving like my grandma parallel parking at the grocery store. I want Casino Royale parkour meets Fast and Furious car chases. Now this is the biggest fear. First Light may be too scripted. Bond is supposed to be unpredictable. He's supposed to solve problems his own way, using gadgets, charm, or brute force. But if all we're getting is quick-time events, button prompts, and highly scripted cutscenes, then we're not really playing Bond, we're just watching him. And let's be real, nobody wants to pay $70 to sit through an interactive movie. Bond games live or die on their story. GoldenEye worked because it was iconic. Everything or Nothing worked because it felt like a legit Bond film. But First Light, the leak suggests it's a pretty safe generic spy plot. If there's no ruthless villain, no clever twists, no memorable Bond girl or shocking betrayal, then this is just another cookie-cutter shooter with the Bond logo slapped on top. And fans won't forgive that. And here's the scariest part. Despite having a long, lengthy development cycle, some are saying this game might be rushed to release. And we've all seen what happens when AAA games launch too early. All hype, all broken at launch. A buggy Bond is the last thing anybody wants. Imagine you're sneaking into a casino, pulling off the perfect spy move, then boom, Bond clips through a wall, game over. Instant internet meme. So here's my challenge to you. If you're in charge of James Bond First Light, what's that one feature you'd want to add to make it perfect? Do you want insane stealth options? More ridiculous gadgets? Or maybe a giant open world London where you can spy on anyone? Drop your answer in the comments down below. I'm going to be reading every single one. At the end of the day, James Bond First Light could be the comeback we've all been waiting for. Or a massive flop. The potential is huge, but the concerns are very real. Now it's up to the devs to deliver. And if this video hits 10,000 likes, I'll rank every James Bond game ever made, from GoldenEye to the weird mobile ones you've never even heard of, and rank them from worst to best. That's right, every single one. So hit that like button, subscribe if you love gaming, and let's hope 007 doesn't let us down. I've been your host Charlie K, and as always we'll see you on the next level.